Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So we're going to continue to work on some orders that I have. I have an order for a light green opaque turtle in this mold. This is from InterResin. There is a link and a discount code for InterResin in the description box for 20% off of their stuff, and that does include their sale products. Now for the color, I picked this aloe vera from Art Tree Creations. I thought that was really pretty. That's a light green. It's a pigment powder or mica powder. I don't think I've ever used it, but isn't that pretty? I thought that would make a really pretty light green turtle. Now for our horse, continuing with the gold, black, and turquoise. So same products we've been using, Art Tree Creations Rich Gold. This is a metal powder. And then the Renfro Turquoise mica powder. So what I thought I would do is I am going to take and do the eye and the nostril along with the mane and paint them in gold. Then I'm going to take and try to get this little horse's tail in gold here and maybe a little bit of his mane in gold. I'm going to take the turquoise and do from the stone down to the bottom in turquoise, and then I'm going to fill it with black using my T-Expert epoxy pigment paste, jet black. So that's how I thought we would do this. I'm going to paint this up first. I have my little brush color removal. Get these on Amazon. I got 2 in a pack. Works awesome. That I'm going to use, but I'm going to paint this up in a time lapse. That way I can take my time, clean it up. Now my mold is stained. I've used this quite a bit. So it is stained. It is a matte mold. But anyways, I'm going to put this on a time lapse and I'll see you back after. Alright guys, so I got 3 ounces in here for my black. I may need more than that for this, but if I do, I can mix it up. It's just black. Black's not going to matter. I'm just going to put about that much in there. Doesn't take much of this paste to make it a solid color. And that is it. I'll mix that up the rest of the way off camera, and then I'm going to throw it in the debubbler. Now this is the aloe vera. I wrote on it what color it was because it didn't say and I didn't want to forget. Okay. I think this will be a really pretty light green that she's wanting. And I'm just going to get a scoop of that. Maybe another little scoop. Get the lid on this so I don't blow it everywhere. Alright. Now, let's see if I can do it slowly. I just want to incorporate it so you guys can see what color it's going to be. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I think that'll be a pretty opaque green for this turtle. Alright guys, I'm going to finish mixing these up off camera, put them in the debubbler, and I'll be back when it's time to pour. See you in just a moment. Alright guys, so I got these out of the debubbler, put them in there for 5 minutes. I also wanted to let you know I am using Hay Clear resin, if you guys wanted to know. Okay, this is my green one. Now guys, once I finish dumping this color, you might want to turn your volume down because I am going to scrape this cup and I can't guarantee that it won't make a lot of noise. Alright. Just filling up all those little holes on the top first. The little tiny ones, you're not going to be able to keep bubbles from getting into. And I just let this roll around the edge of the mold, and usually it will fill in each one of those little holes, little jewel areas. And I usually don't get bubbles on it. But this is such a pretty mold. Almost all the way around. You see it just roll into those. This mold takes about 2.5 ounces. And that is about what I put in this cup. I actually did 70 grams. I measured it by grams. This is a handmade mold, so you don't want to dome it. When you dome it, it just makes it a little more that you have to trim off. Alright guys, here it goes. I'm going to scrape the cup, so turn your volume down. Alright. I'm getting all of that off the bottom. Okay. Now we've got our turtle done. Move that out of the way. I'm going to clean this stick off. So I'm going to throw it over here out of the way. Get my other stick for my black. I do see some bubbles coming up out of there. Now I'm going to pour this very slowly. There's a lot of little areas I do want to get down in there. Usually you don't need a thin resin for this. I've made it a few times, as I've said earlier, and it usually does pretty good and gets down in all those little areas. Just pour it slow. Use a bubble that does degas very well. I'm using Hay Clear resin, which I really like. It gives you a long work time, and it degasses very, very well. Just takes a long time to cure. I have to get down in that ear. There it goes. Finish filling up his little head. I want it to run down his leg. Out into the bottom up here at the top if I can. See if we can get it to go that way. There we go. Now I do have this one leg at the back here. See if we can kind of coax it down in that little area. I don't like to overfill this mold just because of that little leg there. Alright, let's see. I need a dotting tool. I'm going to scrape that off. See that little leg? He's not painted up, so I can do this. It's not going to mess with anything. Now, the bottom looks like it is, I know it's the mold. It's not even. I guess whenever they made it, they didn't quite make it level. So I do prop the bottom up just a little bit. See if I can get this to level out. Just going to finish filling the head up. Let it go into the mane. And she is also wanting a cowboy boot. Now I have looked, and I found a freshy mold for a cowboy boot. I didn't like it. And I found a candle mold on Temu for a boot. And the problem with that is it's going to take a while to get it. So I was at work today, and one of the MAs in the office, she's actually off. So she doesn't know, but she had a cowboy boot decorating her little area at work. So I told the other girls that I was borrowing it. I'll bring it back on Monday, and I'm going to make a mold out of that. If it turns out, you will see me do the creation piece. Then when I do the creation piece, if you want to see the video of the mold, just let me know, because I will record it. I won't post it though unless you guys want to see it. Alright, I will have to trim this area because you can see that did get covered over. But that is full, as full as I can put him, or he's going to tumble over a little bit, I think. I still think this is up just a little higher than what I need. I just dropped my dotting tool. There we go. I think that might do it. see if we can get a little more in here, and I'll tell you how much he held. So I had right at 3 ounces in this cup. Yeah, we're going to have a little cleanup. Did you see me drop that one? Okay, let that level out. I wonder if I can scrape that off. Keep me from having so much cleanup. I hate trying to get down in those little tiny areas, which is what I'll do with his back leg, though. I'll have to. Okay. There we go. Now, all right, he's a little bit domed in some areas. I will have to trim him up. He does have a couple of little bubbles, so I'm just going to give it a little light spritz of 99% isopropyl. But guys, we will let this cure up, and then we'll come back for a demold. So I will see you guys then. Guys, I forgot to tell you how much resin he held. I noticed when I seen more resin still in my cup. All right, let's see. He held 2 ounces. 2 ounces here, 2 ounces here. I did put a little bit more than 2 ounces there. But 2 ounces, that's all he holds. And I'm not real sure where I got the mold. I think I got it off Temu. If I can find the link, it will be in the description anytime on any of my videos. If I have something that I use, I will put it in the description with the link, so you guys won't have to search for it. Okay? So, all right. Now we'll let them cure up, and I'll see you back for a demold. I'll see you then. All right, guys. So these have cured up. I did take the rest of that black and just poured it into this seashell mold so that I wouldn't waste it. I didn't add anything to it. I just poured it straight black. That's pretty, isn't it? I love that sparkle. Now our turtle. Oh, that's pretty. I think Tanya will like that. That is so pretty. Okay. Move these out of the way. And let's get our horse. This is a very flexible silicone. It is a matte mold. It's usually pretty easy to demold. I do have some cleanup. It is pretty, isn't it? I think she'll like it. All right, guys. That is it. I'll get this cleaned up, shoot some photos, and then I will see you guys back for the next video. I'll see you then.